I'm going to start with a collective reading using the Mermaid Oracle. So this is for absolutely everyone. Mermaid messages for everyone. So what we're doing is we're using the Mermaid Oracle plus the Unicorn Tarot, but we only have the Major Arcana in here today and the Suit of Cups for water. And some actual cups. And the Blue Lace Agate, of course. So, let's begin. Alright, so this is for the Cancer new moon. So I'm going to start by lighting the candle. And we want to connect to energies of healing and love of the highest vibrations possible. We want to connect especially to the realm of the mermaids and the element of water and all that it has to teach us. If you've got an intention, go ahead and think it now. We can put our intentions in together as we light the candle. Here we go. Gorgeous. And is my music still going? I don't hear it. Okay, supposedly it is. Let me know if all is good with the music there. All right. So this is our collective reading for everyone for this Cancer new moon, and we're tuning in with the mermaids. I'm going to give the deck a quick cleanse before we begin. There we go. Okay. All right, so to start, we've got our Blue Lace Agate crystal. We're going to pop it in this cup. Okay. And our first message is for what is flowing in for the community, for the collective. What is flowing in? What is flowing in for us? Oh, thank you so much, Dennis. The candle glare looked like a spirit. Perhaps it was a spirit of a mermaid joining us, I wonder. Or a water elemental or something of that sort. Okay, there we go. We have our first intention set there, so let's see what we get. We've got endurance. Here's the card. Endurance is flowing in. So if you felt like you didn't have the strength to keep going, if you feel like you're at your wit's end or feel like your energy is draining or anything like this, this is a big affirmation that endurance is going to be coming in. So endurance that you don't even have yet, you're going to start to feel that flowing into your life. Especially since this is the new moon, it's like new energy is starting to grow and come up. So endurance, perhaps you didn't even realize that you had before, it's going to be coming in. Look how blue this light is now. How cool. All right. And we're going to clarify each of these also with a tarot card. So let's see, what else do we need to know about endurance? Perhaps actually, let's read the description first and then we'll pull the tarot card. How does that sound? And this is the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. And if anyone would like a reading like this just for themselves, it is available on my Ko-fi, so you can check it out. You've been feeling lost, Carly. If you need to talk at any point, let me know. But hopefully you start to feel better soon. I hope so. Yeah, endurance is coming in. Don't doubt that. Don't doubt that. So the number is 43. Hopefully this gives you some encouraging messages here. All right, so it says, the messages keep going. The mermaids sing. When a long journey begins, or when a quest is undertaken, be it a pilgrimage, or an ambition, or a desire, or a dream that you wish to create in this earth world, you live within. Human one, there is excitement. Sorry, I'm reading this so crazily. In this earth world you live within, human one, there is excitement of the beginning. The unknown still lies before you, and it is a thrill every moment to take another step forward. But at the some stage, just as we tire, you too tire. The terrain can become unfamiliar, issues arise, challenges greet you, and at this point, too many of you feel, I lost my spot, that this must not be meant for you. For you've told yourself that if it's truly meant to be, it will be simple, it will flow, and it will be, well, easy. We're here to share that for all creatures, in both the seen and unseen worlds, there are parts of the great journey that require our stamina, our courage, and our endurance. Our ability to commit and to stay with the task and dream and promise until we've made it. Do not enter into agreements lightly. Enter into them, if at all, wholeheartedly. And be prepared to develop your strength and tenacity, your courage, and your honor along the way. Without what you describe as a challenge, there will be no growth. I said that. I swallowed that word. If you work through and into and with that challenge, you will emerge stronger and more able to realize the next dream. Flee at the first sign of difficulty, and you will be what we call a shore hugger, one who never goes deep, only goes to places they know. There may be nothing wrong with this, but if this card has come to you, you have sent out the request to the great ocean mother to go on this great journey, to take on a mission, and the time has come for you to build up your endurance. Commit, practice, train. We do, although most often you will only hear tales of our beauty and vanity. How else do we live so well within the great power of the ocean? The answer for us and for you is that we develop our power and we endure when others would have given in or turned away. We are stronger than that, and so are you. Yeah, Carly, let me know. Let's chat soon. I would love that. You need the endurance to keep up with building new habits. Yeah, Darth Dorcas, that's fantastic. Hello, by the way. Happy new moon. I hope you're doing well. And everyone here, happy new moon. Let me know how it's feeling for you. So the divination message here is, like these mermaids, you are reaching an important stage of your journey. It is essential that you continue. There will be times when you feel you've had enough and you wish to suddenly stop moving, to sink rather than to swim. Tired though you may be, full of doubt though you may be, the second part of your strength is readying itself and will come through just at the point you're ready to give up. Keep going, you are strong, and you will go so much further than you currently believe you can. This is not the time to run back or to allow the waters to take you. This is a time to continue the journey you're committed to, because you are being tested and you can pass this test. But you must keep going, eyes forward, intention focused, purpose clear, recommit, and keep going. So again, we are doing a collective reading for everyone from the mermaids. Our first card of what is flowing in is endurance. It says to keep going. And I feel like this is to let you know that even if you don't feel this yet, even if you don't feel this strength or endurance, that it's around the corner. And to keep going, because you will begin to start experiencing that momentum of endurance will happen, and you'll be able to push through how you need to. So this is a little reminder for that. And let's consult the tarot for a little bit more clarification on this card. Found my art. You feel like there's so much I want to be doing, so this new moon is definitely filling you with strength. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, it's a wonderful time to build up new things. And build up new habits, like Darth Dorcas was saying. All right, so further clarification for the collective. Eight of Cups. Interesting. So with this endurance, though, I feel here I feel that it has to do with priorities, is what I'm coming up with as well. It's like, yes, you have the strength to make it through everything that is important to you, that if you can whittle things down to what you value the most and what's the most important to you and what you're most passionate about going forwards with, then there might be some things you have to walk away from in order to keep up that endurance. So basically, the question here is something draining your energy? And is that thing your priority or not? If it's not your priority and it's draining your energy, it might be time to step away from that so you can really focus on what this is, what you want to push through. See what I mean? So that's an important message from the Eight of Cups. So let's pull our mermaids back. And now we're going to take out this blue lace agate crystal from the cup and place it on here. And this is for the collective. This is our message from our emotions. So our emotions are here as guidance, here to tell us things and point us towards things and alert us of things, even if we haven't logically figured it out yet. So our question here is, what are our emotions trying to tell us? This is for the collective, so all of us. What are our emotions trying to tell us? Hi, Bats and Dewdrops. Happy new moon. Anunnaki Starseed, so good to see you. Have a wonderful day. Happy new moon. Mermaid power, it's true. Okay. Experiments. Manipulation of nature. Forcing change. Cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge. And arrogance. So this card has to do with what our emotions are trying to tell us as a collective. How we're feeling. What is that trying to point us towards? So let's read about it. This might be something hidden that you haven't, like I said, logically understood or figured out yet, and that's why your emotions are there to tell you. So this is number 13. No, sorry, 33. It's number 33. The mermaids sing. We are concerned. We are concerned that we are seeing the errors of pride, hubris, arrogance repeating themselves in this time. Oh, sounds so good, Bats and Dewdrops. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so excited. If you want to post a picture of your altar, feel free. If it's too personal, it's also okay, but I would love to see it. We are concerned that the terrible experiments that occurred in Atlantis, where Lemurians were modified against their will, are being repeated. We are concerned. We see you taking the cells of one form and attaching them to another, stitching life forms without choice to each other, and breeding forms you think will be useful. Introducing species into environments, mutating and twisting, and ultimately hurting creatures and yourselves and this planet. Power and enslavement are these experiments on animals, on sea creatures who are hunted, on people to change their shape, to look as though they do not age, to enlarge a part of the body and to carve away another. What is it you are doing? Why? We call on you now to understand your own beauty and the perfection of all that is in nature. Stop the cruelty. Ask yourselves, look around, empathize. Or will you do it all again? Will you change the very nature of this world because you thought your arrogant quest was noble? Our tears fall unnoticed into an ocean, and you continue, but not you who receives this card. You have spoken up, and we know you will, just by self-love, kindness to animals and sea creatures, and activism. Bring about change through your compassionate actions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it says, look into genetically modified food, cosmetics, products, and food sources developed by genetic manipulation experimentation. All experiments are not bad, but many are cruel. When humans use other creatures for their own selfish purposes, they lose the very part of themselves that is most beautiful and noble. Many claim ignorance or have been persuaded that experimenting on animals is necessary for human health and well-being. You are now awakening and seeing the connections of all life forms. You are awakening to the wrongness of seeking to understand something by taking it apart and most often without consent, separating families, tribes, colonies of creatures for purposes that are selfish and cruel. This took place in Atlantis, and the mermaids witnessed this, with the creatures of Lemuria and the animals who were often torn apart on tables as if they were unable to feel. We need you to step in, all of us, and change it. It is happening again. That's why we're talking to you now. Whoa, I've never pulled this card before. This is really interesting. Yeah, Cosmic Carly, I know. So I feel like since this is talking about what our emotions are telling us, the thing that really stuck out to me with that message was the energy of the things that we consume. Like, when we might not realize, this is something I think about a lot, we might not realize that the things we consume, either by like having things around us, consuming as in purchasing, or consuming as in eating, sometimes we don't realize that if that thing has been charged with pain and suffering, or perhaps like forced labor, something like that, then those things can actually have like this resonating effect on us as well. So it's like this, sometimes our emotions that we're carrying aren't even coming originally from us, but maybe it's from things in our environment. I also think that in terms of like, and again, this is collective, so this is for the whole world, and it does seem necessary to talk about. In terms of the things that we do that is harmful, like we as a collective, as you know, a species, that we do that harm the planet, also probably harm our own selves and our own body, because they kind of go hand in hand, right? So I think that that's really interesting. Let me know what you all think. So intense, seriously. Yeah, I know, right? Very intense. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Love all animals. Totally. That makes so much sense. The cat agrees. Oh, hello, kitty. Yeah. So, and especially since this is what our emotions are telling us, that maybe, like I said, we haven't logically actually broken down and realized what it actually means. But our emotions are telling us that. Like, we're feeling uncomfortable, we're feeling anxious, we're feeling upset. And maybe those things are having more of an effect than we realize, you know? Oh, yeah. You know, Carly, it's interesting. Like, I know this doesn't affect everyone the same way, but when I drink coffee, it makes me anxious. And I've been doing it as a vice lately. I haven't the last couple days. But last week when I wasn't streaming and when we were dealing with all the crazy chaos, I was like, okay, I want to drink coffee. And it's interesting because it's like, I'm feeling anxious. Why am I turning to the thing that makes me anxious, you know? Yeah, it's good to think all those things through and decide, you know, like what's best and important to you. So I'm going to pull a card for clarification, for more information with the experiments card here. Experiments message. Judgment in reversed. Interesting. You know, I almost feel like Bats and Dewdrops, thank you for cleansing the energy. When I think about when we look at the problems of the world, it feels really big, and it kind of feels like something that's already happened that we can't stop or we can't change. I'm speaking kind of like generally here. Of course, there are certain things I'm sure that it's like, okay, we can change that. This is how. But if we're looking collectively, it's like, wow, we've already gone so far. How can we change this? But with judgment in reverse, it feels like, hey, this isn't the end. It's not all over yet. It's not all been completed yet. Like, there's the possibility to turn things around with this card being in reverse. I feel like it's a message to the collective, like, pay attention to these things and see how they make you feel, and your emotions really will guide you more than someone telling you. So like, I could say, oh, I'm vegan and here's why, for example, but really that's not going to do a lot. And I'm not saying just specifically veganism is what this card is talking about, because I don't think it is. It's talking about a lot of stuff. But with each of these things, it's like not through someone else telling us about something, but rather us beginning to feel it ourselves that actually creates change. You know what I mean? So where was I going with this? I went so far. I went like on little tangents. You were looking at how to help anxiety. It said no coffee. Should have said drink tea, because that, yeah, it's interesting, but it depends on the kind of tea, Carly, because like and let me know if you feel the same way, but like black tea makes me almost just as anxious as coffee, whereas like herbal tea doesn't. And there are lots of examples of some things that like give me anxiety and some things that don't. But anyway, I feel like this is like, don't think it's all for nothing. Don't think that it's too big of a problem to solve, and it's something that can be turned around. But it requires like actually kind of tuning in with yourself and what you're being called to do personally. You know, it's like a personal journey. You have tension tamer from Celestial Seasons. It's great when you feel anxious. Oh, that's so nice, Bats and Dewdrops. Yeah, there's some tea that really helps with anxiety. There's just some that like, it's mostly black teas, I'd say. Green tea is fine. That has caffeine, but it feels fine. All right, so let's see what our next card is here. And let me know if you have any thoughts about all of that. It was quite an intense message. So now we've got our cup of water back. This card is about what is flowing out. So what are we releasing? What is flowing out? We had what's flowing in as a collective, what our emotions are telling us, and now let's see what is flowing out. There we go. It has a dragon on the box. I love it. Oh, perfect, Isabuhu. Yes, you will get your reading next. Oh, and everyone, let me put the information here. If you would like a channel point reading, hopefully I didn't miss anyone redeeming one. Let me know if I did. But I think Isabuhu will be next with 3 cards. And if you would like to have this mermaid message for yourself, it's for sale on my Ko-fi shop. So check it out. So I had the water flow out. So this is what's flowing out. What are we releasing here as a collective? This new moon, this Cancer new moon. Perfect, and we've got Bats and Dewdrops next. Air, oh yes, and this was reversed. Air, reversed, breathing deep. Entering into life, exchange of life bringing energies, and it's in reverse. Oh my gosh, Isbuhu, thank you so much. Do you want that instead of your 3-card reading? Because I can redeem you, if so. So let's read our message from Air 26 for what is flowing out as a collective. All right, so it says, for a moment now, be still. Be still. Pause in the breath. Oh my goodness. Felix, thank you so much for following. Felixy, happy new moon and welcome. We're doing some mermaid messages today. Good to see you. Hi, Amber. Yeah, you can do Oracle instead. It's either or. 1 Oracle or 3 Tarot. Yes. Oh my goodness. Felix, thank you so much for cleansing the energy and welcome. See what it feels like to be in the in-between moment. Now, consciously begin the cycle of breathing. The intake of air, the pouring past your nostrils of the air, the sensation, the feeling, the expansion of the lungs, the slight moment before you release, and the beautiful moment when all that your body did not need, wish for, integrate is released. If you have received this card, the mistress of the deep breath, the merfolk, are asking you to explore the breathing you are doing. Bats and Dewdrops! Oh my gosh, wait. We've got 9 bits. We are getting so close to opening the fairy doors. Thank you so much, Bats and Dewdrops. We want that fairy energy today. I think mermaids are totally connected to the fairies. So yeah, we're getting so close. Thank you so much for the bits. Oh my gosh, Isabuhu, thank you. Thank you. So we'll do you want your oracle card with your message? Your mermaid message? Open the doors. Isaboo, do you stream? Did I not realize that? Okay. Wait, another? Mai, thank you so much, Mai. This is great. Yes, you can have the oracle with your mermaid message for sure. Hi, Mai, good to see you. Let's get Mai a shout out as well. But Isaboo, do you stream? Carly just shouted you out, and I feel so silly if I didn't realize you stream. Okay. If you've received this card, the mistresses of the deep breath, the merfolk, are asking you to explore the breathing you're doing, to make it conscious just for a time until your own capacity can enter into the beauty of exchange with the trees and the ocean's bed of oxygen, creating plants becoming closer and more appreciated. You sometimes still believe you are separate and alone in the universe, but every breath you're breathing is not new. The same molecules have passed through others, have been exchanged over and over again. Now it is your time to exchange the energy, to take it into you and allow yourself to expand and feed your very cells. It is time to challenge your own patterns of the most fundamental nature, your breathing. And it says, breathing is inhibited and compromised, and thus the sense of being supported by the world, by the air, is not as strong as it could be at this moment. There's difficulty taking in new experiences, a distancing from the source of life, a sense that to keep safe, one must only breathe in a little and release a little. You allow yourself to make no sound when you breathe. The sense of connection with the pulse of the world is limited. It is time to explore the depth of your connection with this world through breathing, through your ability to intake, to voluntarily and purposefully set out to take in what you require and desire. Deep and full breathing is something you can teach yourself and train yourself to do. But first, you must allow yourself. If you're intentionally harming your capacity to breathe through smoking or breathing in toxic fumes or pollution, do try to replenish and nourish your breath, contributing to the planet. Wait, sorry. I skipped a line. Nourish your lungs. Let smoking go. Let breathing in toxic fumes go. What is your breath contributing to the planet? What is your ability to take in and out giving to you? What are you allowing? And what are you shortchanging yourself on? So perhaps what is flowing out is the bad habits about breathing with tension, or perhaps if there is a habit that you want to break. It was mentioning smoking, that sort of thing. Since this is for the collective, it could be different for everyone. You stream sometimes? Oh my goodness. Once you get fully unpacked, you'll be streaming more. Okay, perfect. I'll come give you a follow if I haven't already. I'm so sorry if I just didn't realize it. So, for air, any other messages about breathing? Temperance, healing, 100%. So this is talking about how breath is healing. I absolutely love that. Ah, nice. So this was our collective reading from the mermaids for this new moon in Cancer. So I hope that you enjoyed